Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Good evening, everyone. This is Pete W here, standing in to do the comms tonight for the Undisputed Racing Championship. Having been invited by Nat Packers, who's currently sitting in 5th place in the Alfa Romeo. So we are going to be doing a 50% race with full qualifying, currently on qualifying 1, so the bottom 5 drivers will be eliminated, which at the moment stand as Ozan, Tufan, Landscape King, Parsatron, Icons and Barbarian, but the bottom 3 yet to set laps, so let's see how they do. Currently sitting on top is Crossfire Strikes, a 1:33.713. So, obviously we are focusing on the key drive. We're going to focus on the elimination zone at the moment. Just going to get up my stream as I can see some people are logging on and we have got some messages in the chat. Just going to get up my stream as I can see some people are logging on and we have got some thank you very much, Big Salty Seawater. Apparently it's going to be raining about half an hour into the race, which is going to make for a very interesting finale to this race. But yeah, I'm going to focus on Parsatron, having known him from another league that I am involved in. I can see Nat Packers has retired. I'm going to presume that's in the pit lane with a time of 1:34.87. Once we get finished with this session and we have our first 5 eliminated, we'll go into the standings coming into round 7. Oh, that was very, very nice time by Parsatron coming out of the DRS straight, and a 104 basically dead for sector 2. Very nice line as we come into the fast right-hander. Few drivers who are at risk also coming out to improve on their lap times in Street Pichu, Panda 25, Zach Johnson and D Foskett, who has just started his lap. But what is Parsatron going to put through as he comes out? 1:35.427. Currently the drop zones are 1:36.793. Should keep Parsatron safe. What about Ozon? Ozon goes to 1:36.9, but I believe he did invalidate. Nope, he is just starting his fast lap. So let's sit on board with Ozan and see how he handles this Aston Martin. Can he get this anywhere near his teammate across via strikes? Very smooth through the S's. Very nice line, getting a little bit of oversteer there, I think. And keeping it nice and clean, not wanting to invalidate. He knows this will probably be his one and only shot. So I doubt he'll be able to get back to the pits after this lap, regroup and then go for another lap. So I think this is all on for Ozan. See, there's a yellow flag in sector 2 at the end of the DRS straight as we are just heading down it with Ozan. Now just remembering the time of Parsatron, who's currently sitting in 10th for sector 2. What can Ozan do here? Is he going to be anywhere near the 104 that Parsatron was able to set? He is 7/10 down on that. Currently leaning towards about a 136, so potentially could keep him safe, but with a lot of drivers still to set times. What can Ozan do in his final sector to avoid elimination in Q1? Having to lift off the throttle there, coming through the fast right-hander. As we head down towards the final corner, nice braking line, good turn, and has to get up throttle. That will have cost him some time. And Ozan goes 15th, but he is far from safe, just 2 tenths away from elimination. Sorry, 1 tenth away from elimination. We're sitting on board the street. Pitaku, who has completely deployed his ERS, and now has to get off the throttle there, and a 136.3 currently sees him okay. What can Panda do? Panda just 49,000 down on his time. Barbarian and iCommons also out on fast, about to come out for their out laps, and a 3 tenths up now for Panda, who spins it. He's bent it, and Panda is out. He was set to go quite a bit faster, but he is out. The Alfa Romeo driver will be starting in 17th at best. We've got all 3 drivers below him starting on their fast laps now. We'll have to sit on board with him. Ozan has been validated, so he will not get another lap in, I don't think. So let's sit on board with Barbarian, unless it's good earlier. We're currently on a 137 flat. iCommons got a lot of work to do, needing to find at least, I would say, to be safe, 1.9 seconds. I think anyone 14th and below is at risk. I'd probably say Bombasher on 135.5 is safe. However, you can never be sure when we're this late into qualifying. So what can Barbarian get here through sector 2? Brakes late, nice line. Taking a bit of curb there, that will have cost him some time. Heading down DRS open. Sun beaming in the eyes of the drivers. I do find that really affects one's braking vision. But what can Barbarian do there? Lovely line there, lovely line. And 1:04.476, something 7 tenths up on his time. Will that be enough? It's going to be close. That's going to put him around Street Pitaku's time as we start to see the higher drivers retiring from the session. No, they don't need to pit now, but with 30 seconds to go of qualifying 1, that will have cost Barbarian some time. As we come through the last corner, lovely turn there by Barbarian, and that's going to be 14th position, 14th for Barbarian, and I think safe to say safe. Where are we now? So, yep, let's sit on board with iCommons. Currently 4 tenths up on his time. That is not going to be enough. He's going to have to find something, and something big in this last sector to avoid being eliminated here at COTA in Quali 1. What can the AlphaTauri driver do? Comes to the last corner. Has to get off the throttle. That will have cost him some time. Is he going to be good enough? Up to 15th. Up to 15th now. It's all on landscape kick. And Land kicks him and spun it. He has spun it. And I think it is safe to say we've got Ozan out. We have got Street Pitaku, who is currently coming through the last sector. What can the Alpine driver do here? Lovely line coming through that corner. I thought it was going to be an invalidation. Can he swing this last corner together? No, he has spun it out of the last corner, and Street Pitaku is going to be out of qualifying in Quali 1 in the Alpine. Very upsetting for an Alpine fan here, but yep, I think that is it, guys. That is it. So that is Quali 1 over with. Barbarian safe. Icon safe. R5 eliminated. And I did call it. I thought a 135 would be safe, and I was correct. Brenty in the, I want to say Williams, potentially. Yeah, Williams. 136, 272. Street Pitaku, Ozan Tufan, Panda 25, and Landscape King being our 5 drivers who have been eliminated from Quali 1. No worries, Natalie. More than happy to help. Hopefully I can do as good a job on comms as you do, so let's, whilst we are in between the 2 sessions, just waiting for the drivers to finish their respective laps, let's have a quick look. Hey Jasper, just got your message. No worries, mate. We all succumbed to illness one time or another, so don't worry about it. Glad I could step in. So who have we got? Crossfire Strikes Up is our fastest lap timer for this session. RRLGR63 being the first of the 2 Mercedes fronting onto the first and second row. Jamai, the Haas, Greenfeld in the McLaren. As we head down the pecking list, and to confirm the 5 drivers eliminated again are Brenty in the Williams, Street Pitaku in the Alpine, Ozan Tufan in the Aston Martin, Panda 25 in the Alfa Romeo, and Landscape King in the McLaren are 5 drivers that have been eliminated. So going back, let's go have a look at the championship and what this means. Okay, so where are we on the championship? Okay, championship driver standings, there we go. So having a look at the moment, our championship leader is Servo. Lewis DeBeeker second on 60 points. GR63 on in third, sorry. Spillage 1984 fifth with 54. The battle for even second is really hot at the moment, with obviously 26 points available in every race, and we have got Lewis DeBeeker, who has only participated in 3 races but won 2 of them already at Japan and Bahrain last week, so I'm sure Lewis will want to be doing the same here again at COTA. We'll have to keep a special eye on him, as well as obviously our championship leader Servo in the Alpine. Oh, I've got to be happy about that, an Alpine leading the championship. Servo, Alpine versus Red Bull. Well, that kind of reminds me of my championship battle I just had. So at the moment it's them, but a very close battle there between Spillage, Skills Down, and RLGR63. We're going to look forward to seeing how these guys do. Wow, a lot of drivers out very close to one another, wanting to get those first laps in. Where is Crossfire? Crossfire had a fantastic first, but I do not see them in the standings, so perhaps a new joiner to the league or reserve. But can Crossfire come in and upset the rhythm of the championship and take their first win? So let's get on board. Who's going to be? We've got a Red Bull who is going to be first to start, and that will be Lewis DeBeeker. Let's sit on board with Lewis, our two-time winner in the championship so far. See what the Red Bull driver can do. Nice line there. How are they really moan there? Has to get off the throttle twice. I found to be the best at that one. You have to try and find a way to just break once through the S's. Where's that going to leave him in relation? It's so hard to get a sector one time because you're watching them go through the SS. Nice line there. Gets on the throttle nice and early, able to ramp up the RPM, and this will help down the DRS straight. However, oh, this could be interesting. No one is getting a toe behind him really, but several drivers are. Seeing Aston Martin bailing on their lap. That's going to be Crossfire, who is actually on the out lap, my apologies. So just getting out of the way of his drivers on a 103.385. A fantastic second sector from Lewis Debika, going by what was being set up from what I saw in Quali 1. Yellow flag is set to a slow move in the Haas. That's going to be either Zach or Jamal. And a lovely line as we come towards the final turn. Gets nice and tight on it. On the accelerator. And a 134, 197. Fantastic lap. Who's coming through now? We've got an Alfa Romeo coming through. Nat Packers 38 thousandths behind Lewis Debika. What a lap by the young America / Brit. Yeah, I guess it's the best way to say it. So Servo, our championship leader, coming through in a 134.464, 18 thousandths of a second behind one of their championship rivals in RLGR 63. Skills Dan coming in just half a tenth behind Nat Packers in third, and Jamal less than half a tenth. These gaps are so small between the top drivers. D Fossett coming into seventh. Currently 8 drivers have set a time. Parsatron must have made a mistake. Grainfeld 134.623. Who's the next drivers to cross the line? Let's have a look. Bombasha has spun. Crossfire strikes. Spillage is coming through the last sector, and that was a very nice second sector time, a 103.328. What can a Red Bull driver do it? Can we make this a Red Bull 124 now? Let's see. Slightly different line to his teammate, but what can Spillage do here? Spillage goes pole. Spillage goes pole on a 133.975. A fantastic time. First driver in his session. Oh, what a line there by Crossfire. 102.652. My goodness, what a time by the Aston Martin driver. Let's just hope these drivers get away, and that will have cost Crossfire some time. They did have to correct coming out of that left-hander. They do get so hard on their lines. Nat Packers has retired. Nat is out. Either she's happy with that time and she thinks she's not at risk. I'm guessing that may be it. Wow. 133.392. What a lap by the Aston Martin driver. Let's now sit on board with Zach Johnson in the Haas. Remember, the top 10 will be going through, and currently 10th on a 135.6, but with 3 drivers still to set times. What can Zach do here in the Haas? Zach is pitting, so Barbarian, where is Barbarian? We've got someone talking on the stream. Barbarian, what has not DNF, they have invalidated, so Parsatron will have just finished their flying lap, and that was a 135.167, currently good enough for 10th place. But yeah, that is our first round done. What a lap by some of these drivers. Wow, 130s, these are crazy times. We've got Bombasha coming out for his out lap. Where are we on the stream? Big Salty Seawater saying this is Crossfire's first race and he's looking rapid. From their avatar, it's a woman, but that means nothing 'cause my avatar's also a woman after my favourite driver. But they are looking rapid. 6/10 up on Spillage, a second up on Beacon. No surprise there. Crossfire thinks they're through to quali 3. I would be very surprised if they're not. I think the rest of the cars will need a rocket up their arse to make 1:33.3 at COTA an elimination time. That's for sure. A lot of drivers in the top side of the draw now retiring. But Bombasha is on their outlap and will shortly be getting going. The house of Zach Johnson is also coming through to start, has just started their flying lap. Barbarian is, I'm not quite sure what they're doing because they've been out for a few laps now, but I think they've been trying to recoup ERS and just can't, and now are running low on fuel. So let's sit on board with Bombasha. I think it's going to take a big effort from some of these drivers, i.e. Foskett's, iCommons. They've got about a second to make up a 9th. It's going to be a big ask of them, but Bombasha now starting their fast lap. Nice line there. Hello Daniel. Just sitting on board with Bombasha here at Quali 2 in the COTA. Nice lines there through the S's as we head down towards turn, I believe it's to be like turn 7. Lovely, nice on throttle quite early. Head down towards the end of the DRS straight. Where did they brake just before the 100-metre mark? That will have cost them some time. I think you can brake there. Needed to auto correct their line there as well on a 103.784. Not bad, not bad. Let's see what their last sector can bring. Very nice, aggressive line, gets a little bit of curve there, but I think the speed through the corner will have made up for it. How early can they get? Oh, a little auto-correct there, and a 135 flat sends Parceltron into 11th. Bombasha currently the target man. Let's go towards Zach Johnson. What can Zach do for Sector 2? Oh, hey Dan. Skills Dan, just leave a little message. What's this going to be for Zach? A 103.838. This is going to be around par with Bombasha, I imagine, depending on this last sector. Lovely line through that corner, just egging the throttle and then full go. This right-hander will play part. Full throttle here from the half driver. That was beautiful. Can they hold it into this corner? Lovely line, not too much curb, and down into the final corner for Zach Johnson. This is going to be a good lap, I think, and it's only, wow, only good enough for 12th so far. Foskett has also improved up to 10th, and Servo, our championship leader, currently in 9th place, 6/10 from safety, but anything is possible. We've got Barbarian on an outlap, Parceltron on an outlap, iCommons on a lap, has just started their lap. Let's sit on board with iCommons. What can iCommons come up with here? Sector 1. 15 thousandths up at the moment. They're going to need to find a lot more time. But let's sit on board with Servo. I think they're going to be coming in this lap. They are completely out of ERS. The next on board with our championship lead. Jamal pips his way up into the sub 134 category at 133.996 for the Haas team. What is Servo going to do here? Servo does head towards the pits. D. Foskett is in the pit, so getting back on. Zach is going for another run, I think. I think we can note so. Pilesatron has invalidated. Icon Groenfeld retiring. I think that will be an okay decision. I think Icon is going for another lap. Nope. I think that would have been an invalidation. Now, can they get in and out quickly enough? So can I guess big salty seawater might be Groenfeld? I'm thinking maybe. So we have got 2 minutes left. I've just been reading the comments in the chat. Glad you guys are enjoying the comments and getting involved with the commentary. I'm doubting. Oh, I'm Lewis the Beaker. Oh, hi Lewis. Okay, cool. So is this teammates or no? That's Merck and Red Bull. Well, we've got to have a bit of Merck and Red Bull rivalry, I guess. I mean, when you think about George Russell and Sergio Perez, just kidding. So yeah, in the Undisputed Racing Championship, we are 1 minute away. Barbarian still to set a lap. What is he going to be able to do here? 104.3. Definitely towards the later end. And what about Pilesatron? Pilesatron about to start a lap. We'll sit on board with Barbarian. Drivers at risk. Foskett, Servo. Only 2 drivers out on track who can potentially unwin them, and that is the 2 Ferraris, 4 an Alpine and a Williams. What can Barbarian do? He's put it all into this lap. I don't think it's going to be enough. We'll see in just a few seconds, and it's a 136.2. It is not an improvement. Pilesatron is out. Pilesatron has crashed it through the S's. I think that is going to be qualifying. I think that is going to be qualifying for Sector 2, and I think we have got our top 10, our championship leader Servo narrowly making it into quali 3, but into quali 3, which is where it all matters. I'm sure we will not be seeing the top drivers going for just one run, for example. It will be down to all of it. So yep, quali now over Barbarian. Is he going for another lap? Obviously he has used his ERS quite significantly and has got some severe amount of time to make up even to Icons, but it does look like he's going for another look. And yeah, a second down. I do not see Barbarian improving, so we do have our top 10 for this race for qualifying 3, and the 5 eliminated drivers are Bombasha in the AlphaTauri, Zach Johnson in the Haas, Pilesatron in the Ferrari, iCommons in the AlphaTauri, and Barbarian in the Ferrari. So 5 positions, 3 constructors, leaving 2 Red Bulls, 2 Mercedes, an Alpine, an Aston Martin, a Haas, an Alfa Romeo in that Packers, a McLaren in Groenfeld to fight it out for pole. So as we can see there, Crossfire Strikes once again miles ahead of anyone else, over half a second ahead of Spillage in the Red Bull. Jamar pipping his way in between the 2 Red Bulls into 3rd, Lewis the Beaker 4th, Nat Packers 5th, Skills down 6th, Groenfeld 7th, RRL 8th, Servo 9th, and D. Foskett 10th. So we are shortly going to be getting going for our Q3 to determine who will start on pole. Can anyone match Crossfire's pace? Can anyone? We are about to find out, guys. Stay tuned. This will be quali 3. So, as always, 12 minutes to the final session. Good enough. 2 to 3 runs, I would say, depending on how many sets of tyres have been used. I do believe you get 4 sets. You do get an additional set for Q3. As we see already, Skills down and Lewis Debika coming out. Drivers further down the grid as well. Is that Nat Pack? Well, yeah, I guess it would be either a Haas, an Alfa Romeo or Haas. So, and yep, Nat Packers will be the first out. So let's sit on board with the young lady. I guess you could say this is kind of her home Grand Prix. I think Dallas is closer to where she was born from than Miami. So, I mean, I don't know how she identifies, but maybe she considers Silverstone. I'm not sure. But, yeah, this definitely being the closest track to where she hails from. Let's see if she can get onto the front row as predicted by Skills Dan in the comments. We got all 10 drivers out on everyone, I'm going to presume on soft. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, what's the noise coming in? And wow, what an aero line that is going to be down sector 2, sorry, if it stays like that, just wow. And Servo at the back of it, will pick up a super slipstream. I wonder how much the difference the slipstream will make. We will find out if it stays like this. Let's get some telemetry up. We can compare that between Crossfire and Servo and maybe the 2 Mercedes. As Nat Packer starts her first flying lap here at COTA in Quali 3, heading down towards turn 1 uphill 8 gear, 180-90 miles an hour nearly. Nice line coming through. Turn 1 gets on the throttle nice and early. Did I just see rain? We have rain. That is why everyone is out. So it is going to be a 1 flying lap. Yeah, pressure will be on these drivers to absolutely nail this lap. Who will be able to hold their nerve and who will not? Nat heading down towards the DRS straight here at COTA. Lovely line and good early acceleration there from the Alfa Romeo driver. And a 103.4, let's compare that to Crossfire. 102.7, 7 tenths up on that. Spillage, where is he? He is Mazda. Servo just a tenth down on Nat Packers, but the weather is getting worse. So let's go back to Nat Packers. It is coming towards the finish line. Last corner, gets a little bit of curb, probably breaks a bit too much, but she does go provisional pole. Crossfires will take that from her with a 133.7. Who is next? We've got a Red Bull of Lewis Debika. 921 thousandths faster. Defosket just starting his flying lap. Servo will come through 5th behind Skills Dan, 3 tenths behind him, who's about to come through. Jamal has spinned it. And we have got Groenfeld, who is already suffering. Groenfeld will not be holding the same sort of time as Spillage. What is Spillage going to have to do? The wet weather already showing side effects. Spillage up to 6th. But yeah, Defosket has invalidated already. RL James is in the pit, I'm presuming with damage. And it would appear, that is the problem with these ever-changing conditions. But I already think we've seen quali. I think we've got our lineup. The bottom 3 will fight out, I think, for the last 3 paces in the interweather. Yeah, Defosket has invalidated. Jamal is going. But if I'm not wrong, Jamal has wing damage maybe? Let's have a look. No, he does not. He's just battling some very heavy weather conditions. So potentially 8th could be available to him. DRS has not yet been disabled. Or has it? DRS has been disabled. DRS has been disabled for this car unless he's got damage to his rear wing. I don't believe that to be the case. The weather is worsening and Jamal running very off course there at 1:13.8, already about 10 seconds behind the front runners. This weather is getting worse by the minute. Will Jamal set a time and then run back to the pits to set on his inters, or will he just think, let's get onto inters and see what I can do on them? Grunfeld on a very important 140 that was obviously set on the softs. And yeah, back into the pits. Spillage still out on track, coming into the pits as well. But I do think first through 7th, Grunfeld has retired. He doesn't think he'll go faster on the inters. Okay, let's see. But I do not see our top 5 definitely not going out again. I think it is now a case of 8th, 9th and 10th to be decided. We've got 5 minutes left of quali here. We have got James on and out lap. Sorry, not James, RRL. Who will get 8th? DeFos get RRL or Jamal? RRL is going to be gutted. He was unable to get his first lap together. Sitting so high up in the league. I will say I'm surprised quite a few drivers have pitted so early, in the sense of we are predicted race in the rain in the race. Could have been good to get some experience. As I say, Crossfire heads out. I'm sure only looking to get that intermediate weather experience. Hopefully, I'm sure the cars will have been set up to deal with that weather we're expecting later on in the race, which will go as hard as some are predicting to full wet tyre conditions, so we will see. But sitting on board with our who will be the first of our intermediate drivers to set a lap. Let's see what the comparison here is to them and Grunfeld. Grunfeld's time obviously a few seconds shy of spillage, but set on the dry compound. The weather is worsening, but that will give these inters a chance to shine potentially. Let's see what happens. Dan commenting that he had a slight wobble, but it could have been a lot worse. Well, yep, 4th place, not to be grumbled at. And your prediction of the top 3 was very close. Just 2 out, like this song says, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Nice line there from RRL, GR63. 28.1 for the sector 1, taking it very easy over these curves, so not to 1 invalidate or 2 spin it. These curves do get very slippery in the wet weather conditions. You do have to pay extra attention. Has he overlocked himself there? No, he has not. Lovely line, just taking the throttle and off we go. It'd be good to see what RL's pace on the inters is like compared to Crossfire's. We might have to monitor that since Crossfire is now out on these intermediate tyres. Nice line there from the Mercedes driver. Now 109.333. Showing a purple sector 1, I'm doubtful. But still very respectable, only 5 seconds down. Let's see. Could Grunfeld now be at risk? Is what I want to know. You're not being able to take this flat out. Maybe 2/3 throttle, that will obviously affect. But as we come towards the last corner, this is going to be a 143, 144, 144, 192. Okay, so it looks like Crossfire has had a spin, potentially. Jamal and Defosket, let's have a look at their time. It's about 109 for RR into sector 2, and I don't think Defosket is going to be matching that. But lovely light out of the DI straight. 109.46 are very close between the Mercedes and Williams drivers. As we saw so many times last season with Bottas versus George Russell. Or maybe exit a bit too much out of the corner. That did cost his exit. But a much better Nat Packers has decided to retire and not get any wet weather practice. My apologies, Nat Packers has retired on track. Nat has retired on track. Does that bode well for her race attempt here? And it's going to be a 1:45.5. 1:45.3 for Defosket, so currently sitting in 9th place. What is Jamal going to do here? This is looking like it's going to be slow. I'm guessing, mate, yep, going for another lap. Will they have time? 47 seconds. Yep, they will get one more lap in. Skills down, just coming out for a lap on those inters as well. It looks like Skills down had lost it there. They have lost it. And Jamal, can they improve on this time? I'm sure it will not be one. What can the harsh drivers set? Can they improve on their current 10th position? This will be the last lap here at COTA qualifying. Compromised exit there. The angle was not suited for an exit there. Let's see what the harsh driver can get out the S's. Nice and fluid. That was some fluid, lovely fluid movement there by Jamai. Ooh, has been there unfortunately, and I think that is going to bode the end of their qualifying. Let's have a look. It was good fluid movement, but maybe more traction needed for the harsh driver. I don't see an improvement here now, but you never know. They will be seeing their delta. They will know if they are improving, but a substantial improvement is required just to make 9th for about 11.7 seconds for the hash driver. Quite a bit down, if I remember. They were about a 109 coming through sector 2. And this I don't think is going to be an improvement for the hash driver. Definitely not enough for an improvement. No, well, it won't be an improvement. 7 seconds down. They need to find 20 seconds in this last sector. But staying on board with our last driver on track. Jamai is going to cross the line or pit. Is going to pit. So that is qualifying done here at the Circuit of America in the Undisputed Racing Championship. And we have got our grid. Crossfire strikes. I hate to say, no surprise. Impulse was fastest in Q1, Q2. And managed to get their lap together perfectly, over a second ahead of their nearest competitor in Lewis Tabika for Red Bull, with Nat Packers just 21 thousandths of a second behind Lewis. We've then got Skills Dan, 1:35.286, very closely followed by Servo, our championship leader, with 1:35.57. Spillage in the Red Bull at 1:36.2. Grenfell being the last of the drivers who were able to set a lap on the dry tyres. And the Battle of the Inters was won by RRL, a second, 0.1 clear of Defosket in 9th, and Jamal unable to get a properly connected lap together, down in 10th with a 1:56.967. So we will shortly be getting going with our 50% race here at COTA. Hope you guys are all enjoying the stream, and glad I had the opportunity to step in today to commentate on such awesome racing. I think this is definitely going to be a test of who can put together the best laps once the weather hits. One thing I found in a league race last week was my drive was okay, but my wet performance was so much better, and that's catapulted me about 30 seconds up in about 7 or 8 laps. So, and if this race is going to finish on wets, you can be darn sure the wet will play a significant part on that. We're starting in wets. Okay, this got interesting. This has just gotten interesting. If any of the drivers are watching, please advise as to the weather for the race. We will shortly be getting going with the race. I'm unsure if there's a formation lap. Of course, this is my first time commentating for the league, but cannot wait to see the action. It's going to be messy. Rain throughout, apparently. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Lewis. So, a wet COTA. This could be fun. How many safety cars? How many accidents will we be getting today? We've got, I believe it's 28 laps. That was a good guess. So getting going with our formation lap now. We've seen Crossfire has got some immense pace in the dries, but can that transpire in the wet conditions as well? Excuse me. We will see. So let's run through the grid one more time. Crossfire Stripes will be starting on pole. Lewis the Beaker second. Nat Packers in third. Skills down fourth. Servo fifth. Spillage sixth. Groenfeld seventh. RRL eighth. Defrost ninth. Jamal 10th. Bombasher 11th. Zach Johnson 12th. Parasatron 13th. iCommons 14th. Barbarian 15th. Brenty 16th. Street Pitaku 17th. Ozan Tufan 18th, Panda 19th, and Landscape Kim 20th. Now, Crossfire ended up in the wall there and definitely took out a meter sign. So, do they have damage? I don't know. Can you get damage on a formation lap? I'm not sure. It would be very unfortunate for the Aston Martin driver if they have, but I'm not seeing it. Now, powered by AWS, we are getting the predicted stop strategy, and let's be fair, our one stop strategy is going to be a lot quicker. You might get a few extra laps, but are you going to make up enough for a pit stop? Potentially, but I think one stop would be a fair bet to go here. We are now coming through some very interesting warm-up techniques here from Crossfire. I really want to get those tyres in place, but the front three drivers really pulling away from the rest of the grid, and they're going to be sitting on the grid for a long time if they don't call it off. Some of the drivers just coming through about 20 seconds behind. This could be an interesting start. I'm looking, there's quite a gap between Groenfeld and Spillage from what I'm seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing how that translates into performance. So, for now, we will just focus on the intervals. And shortly, we will be getting going here for the 28 wet laps of COTA. The last of the drivers now just pulling up to the grid. And I think we have got a disconnected McLaren. Nat Packers is ready to die, so sorry Nat, you just kind of jinxed yourself. We will be focusing on you now for the start. Not quite sure what happened here. We do have a disconnected McLaren Landscape King who bolted off into the distance, and the rest of the drivers now just sitting on the grid, unfortunately. Hopefully we do get going shortly. Just going to log on to the Discord to find out what is going on here. And here we go. Lights. And we go. Zach Johnson has got a jump start, drive-through penalty for a jump start. Who is going to get to the line first? We're on board with Nat Packers, who's going around the outside of Lewis Dabika. Will she make it through turn 1 into second place? The two are side by side, and what a start from the Alfa Romeo driver. Up one position already, Grönfeld in 8th, going for a move on Servo into 6th. The Red Bull of spillage really starting to plummet down. RRL 64 GR already up 3 places. iCommons already with a 3-second penalty. Force track limits. Wow, what a start to this race. Let's now focus on position change. Lewis has got the position back from that. Who's under heavy pressure from Skills down. The two are bumping wheels, and the Mercedes of RRL is currently inside. We're 3 wide into the DRS straight. Who's going to get the outgo here? Nat is forced off the track. That will compromise her exit speed, and RRL already up 5 places from their start position of 8th. Wow. What is Nat Mackers? Where is she? She is now defending heavily from our championship leader, Servo on the inside, Servo on the outside. Who's going to get a better line? Servo running wide and getting passed by D. Foskett as well. Wow, look at this. Nat Packers now side by side with Grönfeld. Is she going to look up the inside? She is. Is she going to be able to make it stick without contact? The 2 drivers are side by side with one another. But Grönfeld manages to hold off the Alfa Romeo driver. So going into the end of lap 1, we have got Crossfires is comfortably out in front. 1.7 seconds allowed the driver to pull out far, getting a little bit of exit speed. And Lewis is slowly catching. However, the driver on the move is RRL. 5 places up. We've also got Grönfeld up 2 position, Foskett up 2 position, Street Pitaku up 5 places, Landscape King up 7 places. A lot of drivers in the pits. We've got 5, 6 drivers in the pits at the moment. As we see the Lewis, how long will he be able to hold off RRL? RRL right on the back, some amazing defending from Lewis, but how long will he be able to hold off the flying Merc? RRL just biding his time, waiting for that opportunity. He's in no rush. He's got the speed. Lewis losing a second on Crossfires through that first sector, suggesting he is running a setup more suited for speeds rather than corners. A bit of a, what I would call a DRS train, but obviously we are not going to have DRS. We've got a spin and a safety car. This is a virtual safety car. We have got the hat, I'm going to say, of Zach Johnson is that would the driver's back on the track, and it is a VSC. Have they got damage? We cannot see, unfortunately. I'm not getting the camera angle, but we are under VSC. I'm wondering, will we get any drive-through penalties? We've already had one. Have a look at the penalty situation. And that was Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson still to serve his stop-go penalty. Maybe picked up damage as well. So having picked up damage, spun, caused the VSC. Will have to do his drive-through penalty, but will not be able to do it under VSC conditions. How long will we be under VSC for is the question. Lewis Dabika heads into the pits. This is an early pit stop for the Red Bull driver. Did he have damage? Let's watch. Yes, that's front wing damage. And Zach Johnson, another drive-through penalty. So that is 2 for the Haas driver. Servo up the inside of D. Foskett. They couldn't hold it together. And D. Foskett comes back around the outside of turn 2. What a line there by the Williams driver, holding off the Alpine driver. Servo also picking up a 3-second penalty, and piles of the penalties already racking up, just 3 laps in. And I want to say 4 or 5 drivers with penalties for track limits. I think this could come down to who is going to be able to keep it clean, keep within track limits. Obviously we know these can really hit you in the bum when we're looking at final classification standings. But I'm interested to see how the Mercedes of RRL is going to stack up against Crossfire in this wet weather. It looks like it is getting brighter. I'm wondering, will we get that call? Will we see that lovely DRS enabled sign? I think RRL was hoping not. We saw Crossfire's dominance in the dry. Let's see, we're only on lap 3 now. We've got 25 laps to go here at the Circuit of the Americas in Texas. Any battles going on? We've got a nice little train coming back from spillage, and we have got another virtual safety car. This is for, is this a virtual or a full safety car? No, this is a virtual safety car again. Panda 25, our first retiree of the day. But still just... Okay, Parasitron just appearing in there. The Ferrari driver now up to 9th, and we are still under VSC conditions, but a lot of speed being gained by the Ferrari driver. Maybe came off track. Servo down to 8th, Foskett up to 6th, 3 places up, Parasitron up 4, Street Pitaku up 6, Landscape King up 8, RRL up 6 as well. This has been some incredible driving so far, but it looks like we are about to go green light. And Foskett, Foskett gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. That is unfortunate for the Williams driver, up 3 places, but is going to lose a chunk load more in the next 3 laps due to that drive-through. That would definitely have come with a track limits warming there for Python, but we've got Servo now right on the back of spillage. Grovefeld catching up to Skills Dan and dropping Nat Packers. See, can the Red Bull driver get the move on the Williams before their drive-through penalty? Obviously no need to, Spillage will be promoted to 6th, but will have ambitions to catch up to Nat Packers in 5th and contest for that position. If I remember correctly, Spillage is quite high in the standings. Let's go back to the standings quickly. Spillage 4th in the championship, just 1 point behind RL, so he's definitely going to want to make up some time, as he has lost some considerable time there to the Williams driver, who stays out another lap. Probably valuing the slipstream more so than falling back and losing it, even though being in clear air and tyre degradation would be lighter. Sector 1, we have got a yellow, and that's a Haas driver again, and Zach Johnson really struggling today here at COTA after a very promising 12th place in qualifying. Has dropped right down to the back of the grid and pretty much Crossfire is out. Crossfire is out of its race. And this is a full course safety car. We have got a full course safety car, as we see Crossfire has lost it into the wall out of the S's. An unfortunate debut for the Aston Martin driver, who will DNF their first race, having done Q1, Q2, Q3 in pole, as well as leading this race for the first 4 laps. But now that has been passed over to a Mercedes 1-2. Will the drivers click and go for a pit stop? Oh, let's see, I wonder. So I was looking at the... Unfortunately, no, this is going to seriously affect Foskett. Had they pitted under the safety car, before the safety car, their stop-go penalty would be gone. In these weather conditions, I always believe if you get the opportunity to do so, do it as quickly as possible. Excuse me, guys. So, will Foskett be kicking themselves in the Goonies thinking, I should have heard? I wonder. But getting back. So let's have a quick look. Where are we in terms of this? So Lewis, the Servo currently is 7th. Lewis de Beeker in 13th, having pitted for a new front wing. RRL first and would take the championship lead if things stay as they are. Spillage in 6th will be promoted. RRL hitting the button and deciding to pit now. That promotes Skills down into 1st, Greenfeld 2nd, Nat Packers back into her original start position. Where, however, will RRL come out? Is he going to be 9th? Coming out of the pits in 9th place. This could be very beneficial for the Mercedes driver. 1 place down on their starting place, but having pitted and will only be a few seconds behind their teammate. This is going to be interesting. Sorry guys, just giving my voice a bit of a break now. Doing these 2-hour club sessions can be a little bit of a belter on one's throat. So I'm just going to have a quick break whilst we are under safety car conditions and go get a drink. Thanks guys. Hi guys, I am back. Got my glass of water and hopefully we'll be ready for the formation lap. Will the safety car be in this lap is the question. I think they will be. I think they will be once the Alpha Tauri off Bombash was caught up. Will be a very late. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. Oh, safety, it is. I called it. It's going to be a very late start to a safety car. Skills down literally with moments to get ready and drop the gun when feeling appropriate. He has got Groenveld right on his rear wing ready to pounce. Iconman's getting a 3-second penalty for track floor limits, and when does he go? And we are racing. Obviously there was no proper time for a build up, and Groenveld right on the back of Skills down. Is he going to look up the inside into turn 1? No, instead opting for the outside, think he's going to get better traction. Nat Pack is now catching right up. I thought the American was going to spin there, but nope, she keeps it together. And there's collision behind. Foskett and Spillage have made contact. Foskett spinning Spillage around, and what's happened there? He must have damaged the... Either that or he had to give the position back. I cannot be sure, but Spillage will be fuming with that manoeuvre by the Williams driver. As we see the top 3 already pulling away. Servo now up to 4th. Jamal up to 5th in the Haas. Jamal has had a quiet race, but is showing gains here. Pisatron up 7th place. Brenty up 8 into 8th position. Great as O2 and Street Pitaku are battling out hard. But we're going to stay on this battle for first. Groenveld looking up the inside. Nat braking much later than Groenveld has got the outside line, which will translate to the inside. But no, the 2 drivers are happy there. Wow, is there any contact between the Mercedes and the McLaren? There is, but nothing untoward. Wow, it's the Alfa Romeo and the McLaren contact through different lines. This will allow our championship leader Servo to catch right up to the back of Nat. Now I want to go back to this battle for Street. Taku has really been hit hard here. Where is RRL? It's already up to 5th as well. Having pitted from 1st down to 9th, it's up to 5th after 1 lap safety car. Now Street Pitaku is going to be at... It's going to be at the mercy of Spillage here, who got a very bad exit from the last corner, braking very late. The Alpine driver is... Who's going to get the better line out of turn 1 and into turn 2? That would be Spillage. Spillage taking the 13th place position. But it's battle for 10th, hotting up between Ozan and Barbarian. Oh, Ozan getting very much on the curb there and nearly losing control of their car. Sorry, Barbarian, not Ozan. Ozan now putting out a bit of a gap. We've got a move for first. Skills Dan and Groenveld are battling it out onto the DRS straight. Dan using his ERS up the inside of the McLaren. Will he make a move stick? Who's got the balls to brake later? Slight contact, the 2 are rubbing wheels. Groenveld running a bit wide there. He's looking to come up the insides. And he has done. Skills Dan has run wide. Is this going to round that through? No, it is not. Some amazing racing. And RL just dives up the inside of Servo like he wasn't even there. Up into 4th, the Mercedes driver on much fresher tyres. The question is, will they be able to make these tyres last until the end? At this rate, they're not going to need to, but Groenveld now in the lead, 6 places up from their start position of 7th. A great drive by the McLaren driver. And 10th fastest lap. However, that gets absolutely obliterated. 8/10 of a second faster there from RRL. Got any battles further down? Still got that battle for 10th. Let's watch that. Barbarian not settling in behind Ozan. A smart move there, not looking to go for the pounce. Spillage up still on 30th, but closing in on this battle. Be interesting to see as Bombasha runs very wide through turns 4. I think that's turn 4. Bombasha really struggling to keep his car on the racing line. and Spillage ever close and edging towards those point position of Ozan. Bombasha with a 3-second penalty there. Ferrari Bombarian running very wide. Could this be a distraction technique for Ozan, hoping to force them into a mistake? But Grönfeld really pulling out a lead as RRL is right on the back of Nats. Heavy pressure there for the Alfa Romeo driver to deal with in a Mercedes sandwich. As RRL punching the throttle around the outside, will they be able to make this move stick on the Alfa Romeo? Very clean wheel-to-wheel racing here between the two, and yet Nat cedes the position to RRL, but she's coming back, but unable to make anything stick, and RRL goes down now again 2-3. How long will Dan be able to hold off his much faster teammates? Nat now down to 4th. Bombasha has left the session, but he's still racing, so we'll drop back with the AIs. Spillage now up to 11th. Ozan either spun or has pitted because he dropped to 15th from 10th. But yet Skills Dan really feeling the pressure from his teammate, which allowed Grönfeld to pull even further ahead. 2.2 seconds up on Skills Dan, and RL already 7/10 slower than his fastest first sector. He knows his teammate is costing him time as he looks down to the insides. Was he too late on the brakes? No, he is not. Is this going to give Skills Dan getting on the curve, and does this give Nat a better exit? No, I don't think she's going to have to capitalise, but Skills Dan now settling in behind his teammate, who maybe can help him, assist him in closing the gap to Grönfeld in the McLaren. Oh, Nat getting very close to that rear wing on Skills. Spillage getting a 3-second time penalty for track limits behind Barbarian, 1.7 seconds, and trying to close in to the Ferraris, and Williams in 8th, 9th and 10th respectively. Jamal making a move on Servo for 6th. The two drivers wheel by wheel, side by side. Who's going to get the line into this turn? Two drivers both very easy on the throttle. Who's going to get this line? I'm thinking it's going to be the Haas driver who is able to push his way past Servo, but Servo with a better exit into the last corner. Will they be able to make a move? No, they will not. We've got someone in pit. Skills Dan has pitted out of 3rd position onto the fresh tyres. We will be seeing a lot of drivers now looking to pit. But let's have a look. We RRL smashing this gap between him and Grönfeld, already down to 1.7 seconds. RRL definitely the man to watch at the moment. Skills Dan now all the way down to 15th position, and will shortly be coming out the pits. He's going to get swallowed by Foskett and Landscape King, I do believe. Or is it going to be a battle? Will be a battle between the three? It's going to be a very big battle between the three. Icon's getting past his teammate, who I believe has still disconnected. Let's watch Servo and Jamal. Their battle is getting tasty. All the Alpine driver losing a bit of traction out of that turn, and will have costing some time to Jamal. Servo with that 3-second penalty. Currently our top 5, whilst 12 laps into his race. Grönfeld leading RRL 63 up to 2nd. Nat Packers 3rd on the podium, but withstanding heavy pressure from Lewis, who is closing the gap to the Alfa Romeo driver. Oh, Lewis getting a little bit sideways there. An excellent save from the Red Bull driver. Oh, Nat having to make a huge correction. Is this going to let Lewis in? Nat will be lacking speed coming through. RRL closing the gap, only half a second behind, and into the 148 flat for RRL. Will Lewis be able to get the move done on... Oh, Pisotron. Oh, Servo has pitted. This is why he's off positions. Okay. So Pisotron now up to 6th. Jamal 5th. Lewis still not being able to get past Nat Packers. But I want to watch this battle for first, because I think it's not a case of if but when RRL gets past Groeneveld. How is Skills down doing? Skills still behind Foskett and unable to get past the Williams driver, who is also on fresher tyres, I do believe. Let's have a look at tyre situation. Foskett, no, he is on 12 lap old mediums, and Skills down has now got past him. Foskett picking up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. A lot of drivers now with time penalties. Of course, when it is a full work race, pit stops are not mandatory, so Groeneveld may look to see it out, but RL going for a move for the lead. Can they get it done? With Groeneveld giving as little space as he has to. An excellent defending from the McLaren driver, who, was that a little bit aggressive there from Groeneveld to hold up Dan, pushing him towards the curbs? I'm not sure. However, RL getting, wow, this is wheel to wheel, side to side racing. Who's going to get the better line into the fast right hander? RL has lost it. Is he out? No, he is not, but he is going to have to pit for a new front wing. Was that a collision? I don't know, but we have got a full-blown safety car again. Another safety car. Is this a perfect opportunity for the drivers to pit? Groeneveld chooses to. Lewis does. Nat is staying out. Is the Alfa Romeo driver going to live to regret that? And our second safety car of the day. Jamal and Pisatron also choosing to stay out. Barbarian has stayed out. The two Ferraris going to be one behind the other, as Lewis the B car has now picked Groeneveld. Groeneveld needed to pit for a new front wing, so I can only presume there was a collision between Groeneveld and RRL. I'm sure that is going to be something to be investigated by the stewards, but Groeneveld, did he have to pit for a front wing? I'm going to check the race director. I cannot check the race. Oh yes, I can. Okay, so let's have a look. Incidents we have. Oh wow, let's go down. Okay, have a look at incidents. Was that a 5-second penalty, or was that a? There was no penalty there for the collision, so Groeneveld must have also spun out and had to get pit stops. Let's have a look. Was that a front wing change? It was a front wing change for Groeneveld, and that has caused him to drop behind Lewis the B car. Skills down now up to 8th on fresh off. The top 4, have they made the wrong decision? I guess obviously they will be more aware of their tyre wear than we will be, but wow. As we saw the pace of RRL compared to Groeneveld on those fresher tyres, I wonder what the top 4 will do, and if the Ferraris do decide to pit, they'll be double stacking, which probably won't affect, but with Street P Taku 8.8 seconds behind RRL, I can't be sure. I think a double stack would affect. So what are our top 4 going to do? We are 14 laps into this 28 lap race now. As the Ferrari of Pisatron dives in, I think Barbarian was waiting to see what his teammate was going to do. But Pisatron, with right of place, also has right to choose when he will pit. Barbarian, has he made the right decision staying out? I think under full course safety car, I would have chosen for the double stack personally, because they are now committing themselves to another safety car or pitting to the back of the grid. As we can see, Pisatron has already dropped to the back of the grid as they come out. These 3 drivers, I think, are now praying for a safety car. Look, we currently have a Ferrari 1, 2, 3, so to speak, with all 3 of our front runners being in Ferrari powered engine, running Ferrari powered engines. Nat Packers in first in our home Grand Prix, Jamal second in the Haas, and Barbarian up to third. Now, This is the time to look at the penalty situation. So let's have a look. Barbarian and Lewis the Beaker running with 3 seconds on his servo with 6 seconds on. That is going to affect their end of race, I would say, with the close battling we've had. Bombasha and Bretty. Has Bombasha lost it? Because he's just been passed by Brenty. No, position has been seated again. Okay. So, Bombasha with 3 seconds. Brenty with 3 seconds. Spillage with 6. Collins with 6. Ozan Tufan with 9. Defosket with 3 and Pisatron with 6 seconds. I wonder, will we be getting going again? So, yep, safety car in this lap. So we're going to sit on board with Jamal, who has shown some incredible pace this session. When will Nat drop the hammer and go for it? I wonder. And Nat drops the hammer. Jamal stays with her but runs very wide out of that turn, and we'll go. The Ferrari Barbarians having to withstand heavy pressure from Lewis the Beaker, as well as will Jamal be in a moment. Oh! Very close wheel-to-wheel action. Let's get on board with Lewis the Beaker, who is right behind his back, giving Nat an amazing opportunity to pull away. Oh, the Barbarian getting a little bit sideways there, but hold together. Groenfeld up to 5th. Groenfeld now in 5th place due to other pit stops. Who else pitted? I can't see who else. But Lewis the Beaker is now past Barbarian. Jamal 1.5 seconds behind Nat Backers, and will Lewis be able to get Jamal sorted quickly out the way and onto the back of Natalie. And down towards the end of the DRS straights. Both, I would say, Jamal getting a better exit out of the 2 drivers. The curves will really kick your ass with regards to losing time and the opportunity to accelerate. But Lewis right on the back of the harsh driver now. And Groenfeld also past Barbarian and Servo. I'm sure we'll want to make quick work of him too. Oh, Lewis getting on the curb, really had to save himself there. That is not the place you want to be catching the curb when it's going around 130 miles an hour. But Jamal getting a little bit slippy off of that penultimate turn, and this is going to potentially give Lewis a better slipstream. Will Lewis be able to make the move into turn 1? He has got his ERS open. But no, he just did not have the speed, unfortunately, compared to the Haas, who may well be running a better lap option. Now we've got a few drivers pitting. I think Bombasha is ghosting. Barbarian is in after the... And now I want to get back on board with RL, who's up to 8th already. 1 place behind Brent. His skills down, his teammate just 2 up. And maybe 4 seconds behind Groenfeld, I want to say. More of an achievable to come back to. Groenfeld getting onto the back as well for this battle for second. And Jamal doing an excellent job defending. This is a bit of a train with Nat, the clear leader at the moment. 1.7 seconds down the road. RL getting a much better exit out of that turn than Brenty, and will make this move very easily on the Williams driver. Will they look to come back? Looks up the inside of Brenty, but thinks better of it. Battle's going on. Let's watch this battle between Pisatron and Defosket. It is probably the best battle. We got Brenty and Spillage very close to one another as well. Oh, as Pisatron gets a little bit sideways there, that would have cost him some time. Nat still being able to maintain a 1.8 second lead over Jamal. Pisatron all over the place, and he's lost it. The Ferrari driver has binned it around the sharp right-hander. Sorry, the fast right-hander. And Defusker Ozen 2 fan already up to 12 seconds of penalties. This is going to really hurt his race today. Will he be able to make work of Sweet Pitaku? With 10 laps to go here, Lewis and Groeneveld have got past Jamal. They have got past Jamal, and the race is now on. How long can that keep these guys at bay, both of whom are on much fresher tyres than the Alfa Romeo driver? Oh, Groeneveld getting a little bit sideways there and having to come off the throttle. Oh, also up the inside of his teammates. Is the move going to stick? I don't think so. I think Dan is going to get the better exit, which he does. RL did have to correct, but we've seen RL's pace throughout this race. I think it is a case of when, not if, he manages to get past Dan, unfortunately. But the Mercedes drivers will be looking to gain some more Constructors' points in their bid for the Constructors' title here in the league. Round 7 of 10. And currently, Lewis now only less than a second behind Nat. He's already gained a second on Nat this lap alone. This is going to take some insane defending from Nat. As Dan runs wide in the fast right-hander, does this give our chance to get past? No, because he also needs to correct. These battles are just, you can't focus on one driver anymore. These battles are immense. As we head down towards turn 1, focusing on Servo. Looks on the inside, but no, that's never going to happen. Jamal really holding his own here on 19-lap-old Inters for the Haas team, holding off some very fast drivers in Servo, who has got 6 seconds of penalties ahead of him. But I want to sit on board with Lewis, who is right on the back of Nat Packers. And who gets the better exit? I would say Nat Just. Both hammering their ERS. Of course, DRS will not be active in this race due to the wet weather condition, but both of them hammered their ERS down that straight. Groeneveld for closing as well, just 6/10 behind Lewis. It's going to be a good battle for first in these last few laps, I think. Nat's defending amazingly here. As the great Murray will say, it's one thing to catch up, it is a completely different thing to try and pass, and Nat doing an incredible job defending here. Lewis being able to take and we've got a yellow flag set free. That's the McLaren of Groeneveld. Groeneveld has spun it. What has happened there to the McLaren driver? And he's made contact with Spillage as well, coming back on track. Is this going to be a pit stop required? No, it is not. But Groeneveld down to 10th. And Jamal promoted to 3rd. Servo RRL is past Dan. That did happen. Has Nat run wide? Oh, Lewis must have either made a very late move or Nat ran wide there. But Lewis does now have the lead of this race in the Red Bull. How about this? I want to watch the battle for 3rd. We've got Servo, our Champions leader, and RRL, probably our fastest driver today in the wet, on this, as Icons picks up another 3-second penalty for track limits, taking his total to 9 for the day. Now, I think the question is, how quickly can these drivers get past Jamal? Servo has been struggling to do so for several laps now. And up the inside, braking late. So is there going to be contact there? No, there is not. But his exit speed will be severely compromised. Servo's got the inside line. Has he got the traction? No, he has not. And RL holds it. But is Servo coming back at him? He is not using the RS. He is simply using slipstream. And you can see the difference. Oh, mate has a cheeky look, but knows that's not going to happen. Commons and Groenfelder out. Commons and Groenfelder out. Is this going to lead to a safety car? Wow, has this just saved Nat? Obviously, he's going to drop a lot of positions. But what's going to happen here? I wonder, will the drivers who are yet to pits, being Nat and Jamal, risk their podium positions here? We are down to 15 runners in this race, guys. We've got 8 laps to go, and we've got another safety car. I want to see what the Nat and Jamal do. Are they going to pit? Nat dives into the pit. She is. And what about the Haas? He is as well. Jamal and Nat into the pits. I think they're going to come out a roundabout 10th, 11th maybe. 21 seconds. Yeah, I think they're going to come out about 10, which will put them in an amazing position here. Let's see where's Foskett and Pitaku. Maybe not. I would say maybe they're going to come out, I would say 11th. Nat comes out in 8th. Pisatron jumps Jamal. So Nat out in 8th. Jamal, I thought I saw a spin there. So Nat is going to have the opportunity to close these gaps. She's got no penalties. We are under safety car conditions again. And again, I'm going to take a break, guys, because all of this action, wow, this has been some incredible racing today, incredible. RRL back up to 2nd. I can't wait to see how the final few laps of this race pan out, but it's going to be action-packed, and stay tuned for the last 7 laps of this race, guys. It's going to be a cracker. A cracker! And one thing we will see is penalties are going to have, the later a safety car, the bigger an impact any penalty will have. Currently, if things were to stay as they are, Lewis and Servo would be tied on points. 10 points separating them, and 25 and 15. However, Servo is going to have to haul ass to keep 3rd, as will Lewis to keep 1st. He's got a 3-second penalty. RRL 63. 55 points, I would say, is on for 25. It's going to take a heck of an effort from these drivers to stop him, or a mistake. Spillage on 54 points, and Dan, Skills Dan on 53. So Spillage in 6th, Skills Dan's 4th. That's 4 points separated, 12 to 8. Further down, Zach Johnson has retired early on. Panda also, which Bombasha still in, yes, in 13th, so not pick up early points at the moment. So this could actually be an amazing opportunity for Nat to come up a couple of positions, currently sitting on 21 points after 2 races with the league, having not started the first 4. Let's see, I do believe we're going to have safety car in this lap. We will see safety car is in this lap, so it will be up to Lewis. When are we going to hit the throttle? Let's wait and see. All the drivers have now caught up, but Nat Pack is here with a great opportunity to establish herself in the top 8 of this league, having raced just 2 races so far. 10 and 11 points, so those are 5th place finishes. Catch you the same again today. I would not be surprised. I would not be. If not better. Server's going to have a lot of work to do to pull 6 seconds out, so let's see. Naturally to keep it clean, and potentially 5th, if not 4th is hers. Let's see what happens. When does Lewis drop the throttle? And the drivers have gone for it, and they have left Servo. And we are back racing here at COTA for what would hopefully be the last safety car. Skills down right on the back of Servo, and how is Nat doing? She's right, she's got a bit sideways there, and the Alpine of Street Pitaku has absolutely lost it. So Jamal has jumped past the Trot, and Street Pitaku is up to 9th on those fresh softs as well, on those fresh inters, sorry. Spillage with a 3-second time penalty. Nat will have got a track limits there, but what a line here. B. Foskett, Spillage, Brenty, all within half a second of each other, and Skills Dan, who has dropped massively behind Server. RRL sitting on the back of Lewis. He knows he does not need to pass him for this race win. He just needs to now keep it clean. Again, looking at the penalty situation, 3 seconds for Lewis, 6 seconds for Server, 6 for Brenty, 9 for Spillage, 3 for D. Foskett. This is going to be a very exciting end to this race, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the commentary. Head down to the fast right-hander for what is the 23rd time. But Lewis is holding off RRL. Both the drivers have used similar amounts of ERS, so this is not on an ERS dump, so to speak. But Nat is past D. Foskett and looking up the inside of Spillage. Will she make the move with the more grippy tyres? D. Foskett getting a nice comeback as well, but Nat backs with the supreme acceleration. Side by side with Spillage! Wow! I think another millimetre and that would have sent the Red Bull flying. What a move by the Alfa Romeo driver. Timed that to perfection. She's now got 2 seconds to catch up to Brenty in the is it a Williams? Yep, the Williams of Brenty. Went out in Q1 and looks set for a points finish today. A fantastic drive by the Williams driver. Let's have a look at position change, why don't we? 11 places up from their start place is 60. A great drive, a fantastic drive there. But Nat closing the gap. Look, right now 6 seconds behind the leader. She would pip Servo, so that would put her potentially into 4th, but 5 laps to go, including this one. Can the Alfa Romeo driver with those fresh tyres keep within 6 seconds? RRL does get past Lewis. What can the Mercedes driver do here? A fastest lap, of course it's going to be a fastest lap. But Brenty, Nat Packers closing up to Brenty forevermore. Will he be able to hold off the Alfa Romeo driver who has scored in every single race she has started this season in this league? Presuming this is her third week with the league having not started first 4 races. And the only reason she needs to battle hard is to see if she can take that 4th place from Servo. Servo right now on track 3rd, but with 6 seconds of penalties. And we've got a spin in Sector 1 Street. Pitaku has retired. Will he bring out a safety car? Oh my god. There is the safety car. Another safety car. This is going to be a 1-lap shootout, I think. Wow. I don't believe what I'm seeing. I do not believe it. Street Pitaku has lost it out of the last corner into the wall. I'm going to presume has brought out the 4th safety car here at COTA and has just made this one a very interesting race. Penalties are going to be the be all and end all. Another penalty for Ozan Tufa, 15 seconds now. The driver really struggling to keep it within track limits. On average, 1 infringement. As Nat has lost it, but thankfully under safety car, under overtakes are not permitted. So Spillage will hand that place back. That was fortunate for Nat. Is the pressure starting to get to the Alfa Romeo driver? Skills down. Are we now looking at a Mercedes 1-2? In what an amazing way to round off this would be. I think the Mercedes drivers owe the Alpine driver a drink after that. As things stand, we would see RRL in first, Skills down 2nd, and unless Lewis can pull away a good gap in 2 laps, Nats Packers in 3rd. And Jamal possibly 4th, but down in 8th, 2 laps to go at absolute most. Well, let's see. I'd say 5 minutes, we will know the results. What is this going to bring? Is the safety car going to be in this lap? Let's see. Yes. 2 laps. Lewis does have a chance at a podium here, I would say. But it will be make or break for him. Doesn't want to be too aggressive, but if he can hold on to RRL, I would say he's got a very good chance at a podium here. RRL, of course, will not want another driver holding on to him. A very interesting place trying to keep your tyres warm. 3rd sector of COTA being very windy in these weather conditions, so hard to keep your tyres to temperature. But RL has gone, and he has gone early. Some good responses. Brenty getting a left. And 2 laps to go here at COTA. No more safety cars. Pure out racing. Skills down up the inside of Servo. Nat Packers braking very late and getting up the inside of Brenty, who covers off Spillage only just. Nat Packers now right behind Servo. What can Lewis do? Already 2 seconds between Lewis and Servo. 2.5 between him and Nat Packers. RRL has picked up a 3-second penalty in the penultimate lap. However, there is a 2.6 second gap 2 skills down. This is all to fight for. Wow. Dan, if he can get this sorted, could get his first win of the season here in the Mercedes. I believe it to be his first win of the season. Huge gap already developing. 3 seconds between RRL and Skills Dan. Nat Packer's right on the back of Servo. Servo, will he defend? Yes, and very well. Right on the back of Skills Dan, just waiting for that mistake. Excuse me, guys. But what a gap, the front 2, and they are battling for the win now. This is quid pro quo for penalties. Can Lewis do it? Hopefully, I don't think the state safety car will make too many differences to the finishing pack. Thankfully, Jamal really struggling, but Jamal still potentially on here for 5th in 8th due to the penalty situation. He is more than within 6 seconds of Servo. Servo needs to find 4 seconds in the last lap. We will stay on board for this battle for firsts with just 1 lap to go. Spillage with another 3-second time penalty. Mal definitely going to jump up ahead of these 2 drivers. 2.6 behind Servo. I think he's going to catch Servo as well. The skill of the drivers without the penalties has soared them high. As I predicted, I expected that to be the case, but as we head down the long DRS straight, which has not been a DRS straight always for the last time, as long as RL can keep it together after some amazing pace throughout the race. So unfortunate after that collision with Groenfeld. Did think his race may be over, but 2-3 safety cars later, he is here, he is pole, he is in first, and he's coming around the last 2 corners to potentially seal. And with Skills Dan 4 seconds behind him, first and second and third will probably remain unchanged. Now Packers will stay in 5th, and we've got a spin, I think. No, we have not. Okay, but to come through the last corner, this is it. RRL GR63 qualified 8th, has finished first here at COTA for Mercedes, taking the fastest lap on the last lap. Skills Dan crosses the line for 3rd. Nat Packers promoted to 4th place for the Alfa Romeo team. Jamal to 5th, and that is your race. I didn't even get to say anymore. Wow, what a race. 4 safety cars, collisions, action of the highest quality, some amazing wheel-to-wheel battles by all the drivers. Wow, that was an amazing race there, guys. It has been my honour and privilege to comment on that. That was incredible. That was some amazing riding. Oh, what a pose from who will take the championship leads with this race win. Congratulations to the drivers on the podium, 2 Mercedes and a Red Bull. Get some comments on the stream now, but yep, that is round 7 here, guys. You are more than welcome for the comms, mate. Glad you've all enjoyed it. I have sure as heck enjoyed doing it. I'll send you guys my bill later. Just kidding. No, it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate on. We will run through the final grid positions one last time, pre-incident reports, because I don't think we've got them all. Just waiting for them to load, hopefully. Oh, am I not going to be privy to them? So, yeah, no, host left, so I got disconnected. Cool. So, that is your Circuit of Americas here for the, sorry guys, my apologies, for the Undisputed Racing Championship, round 7. Great racing, some amazing wheel-to-wheel action, a lot of safety cars, some rubbish weather, but some amazing action nonetheless. So thank you all for having me today. I have really enjoyed it, and well done once again to our finishers and our podium sitters. Well done guys, take care, have a great evening, and maybe I'll see you guys again. Bye.